Lights, camera, action. This week's Torah portion is filled with suspense, tremendous action, fire, and spirit. We begin the story of the 10 plagues. I mean, come on. God wants to punish the Egyptians, but why does he choose these 10 unique, spectacular plagues? Our sages teach us that these plagues were not just punishments for the Egyptians, but actually each one of these 10 plagues served a unique purpose to break, to rectify, to fix, to elevate the tremendous darkness which Egypt represented. So here we are at the end of 2021, trying to deal with our own personal darkness, our own personal Egypt. Maybe there's a lesson we can learn from the different plagues that can help us become a better version of ourselves and leave our own personal Egypt. So, in honor of this Shabbat, I would like to invite you to zoom in with me as we focus on one of the 10 plagues and understand the incredible wisdom, depth, and insight that this particular plague teaches us in our own lives. And of course, I'm referring to the plagues of the fire and the ice. What an incredible plague. We have hail coming down from heaven, stones, blocks of ice, but incredibly, inside each stone, there's actually fire. Fire and ice together. What does this represent? Well, my friends, you see, there are certain people that are just like ice. We all know those people. They're just so cold. They have no concept of empathy. They're so apathetic to everything that goes on in life. When you think of freezing cold ice, can you think of a time in your own life when you felt apathetic and so cold? Well, here's the good news. Along with the ice, the Torah tells us, we also get the gift of fire. What does that mean? Inside every block of ice, there is also a flame. There is also fire that is coming. What does that mean, my friends? Very simple. Even in those times in your life when you feel so cold, so apathetic, so disconnected, if you dig deeper within yourself, you will find within your heart an incredible raging fire. And I would like to conclude this week's message by sharing with you a powerful story, one of my favorite stories of all times. A young woman has a struggle, very big struggle, dating and trying to find a partner in life. It's not working for her. So she goes to the Rabbi and she says, Rabbi, what can I do? I feel like it's too difficult for me to give and to share my life with another human being. And the Rebbe turned to her, and the Rebbe provided such simple advice that it's so rich in its message. The Rebbe said, tell me, when you work, do you have a cafeteria where you eat lunch? She said, yes, indeed. There's a big cafeteria where we go to grab lunch together. The Rebbe said, tomorrow, when you eat lunch in your workspace, I want you to fill up an extra glass of water and bring it to the person next to you. And sure enough, she walked out of the meeting wondering, is that it? That's all I need? Well, my friends, the next day she went to work. She filled up a second glass and she couldn't do it. It was too hard for her. It was too difficult for her to bring a glass of water to a stranger. But she pushed herself and she did it. And at that moment, when she broke that ice, she felt all the fire within herself just pouring out forward. And from then on, every day she became known as the water lady because she gave water to everybody in the cafeteria. She became the most giving, kind, generous person, and thankfully is happily married today with a beautiful family. The lesson is simple. When you feel that you're cold and apathetic, just light your flame and you will discover that there is so much more warmth within you. Shabbat Shalom.